Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Return, and this is a new horror film from director BJ Verot, starring Richard Harmon, Sara Thompson, and Echo Andersson. And you have this film focusing on a young, brilliant college student, along with his girlfriend and very close female friend, and they go to his family home after his father passes away and find out some dark secrets about his own family and the work that his mother had done in terms of time travel. And this film has those sci-fi elements, those horror elements. It's one of those kinds of films where it's like, in general, I think it's pretty well shot and pretty well made. But you do see the cracks in the budget, especially so there's two kinds of entities that you see causing havoc in this film. You have this like skinned woman looking thing, which that's terrifying, and the makeup and effects are done pretty well, the practical ones. And then you have like this like blackened woman who looks like has the smoke monster floating around her from Lost, except worse looking than Lost. And it's distracting with the effects at times, and which is tough because Verot does such a great job of building up some really strong moments of tension and suspense. The setups work. It's just the second you see this creepy smoke monster thing, you're just like, oh, this looks kind of ridiculous. But the effects kind of take you out of the moments, but most of the moments are really set up well, and they're set up for good scares. This film, first off, they don't look like college students, but I'll get past that. Most high schoolers and college students don't look like high school or college students. But you have this group here, and there's a lot of like relationship dynamics going on between these three people, because obviously you have Echo Andersson, who plays Jordan, who definitely has some feelings for Roger, our main character, and then he has his relationship with his girlfriend, and she goes missing, and you have this connection really growing between Jordan and Roger, and he's trying to figure out what's this haunting going on, and remembering back to stuff that happened with his mother. And there's a lot of plot convenience and MacGuffins in this movie. And like, there's one Dr. Cox who he used to go to, horrible ethics. He does horrible ethical things like stealing documents and records and stuff like that to try to figure out what the hell went on in his past that led to this. And when you start to realize what's actually going on, it's so blunt and heavy-handed and clunky in how it's portrayed and explained. So that feels a little awkward, and it just kind of takes you out of the film a little bit and doesn't feel as satisfying as you get to the end. And then it goes like full-blown, like a lot of effects. And this film definitely didn't have the budget for these effects, so they come off not looking the greatest. But this film has some interesting ideas. It has some good setup, and it's relatively well shot and put together. So this film has those positives. There's just things that don't allow it to really reach its potential. The acting, I think, is okay across the board. Like, even the lead actor, Richard Harmon, doesn't have like the best moments sometimes in the film in terms of the acting. But I feel like in the end, they kind of balance out, and you have a serviceable and workable sci-fi horror film here. And if you're a horror fan, I think you'll enjoy something out of this. Sci-fi fan, if you're also a horror fan along with that, because it does have those creepy, scary moments, I feel like you'll probably get something out of this. There's enough there to make it at least worth checking out. I wouldn't necessarily say like I love this film or think this is a good film. I just feel like it checks enough boxes for those genre fans out there to at least give an interesting time, and for some, that's enough. But those are my thoughts on The Return. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.